Oyun hakkında Shapeshifting dedektif oyunun ismi. Hiçbir fikrim yok. İnteraktif bir oyun. Beraber seçip beraber karar vereceğiz. Dedektiflik yapacağız galiba. Başlık ne? Başlığı ayarlarlar arkadaşlar. Hadi bakalım yeni oyun diyelim. Oyunun ismi yazıyor arkadaşlar. Shapeshifting dedektif. Korku değil, bir dedektiflik oyunu. Hadi bakalım. Umarım güzel bir oyundur. Mert çok tavsiye etti.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with
Lan alt yazı yok mu?
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your...
Bunu ayarla, alt yazı falan ya. Alt yazı açık. Tamam. Devam et.
August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
Neden alt yazı yok? Türkçe alt yazı var. Yani var.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Okuyabiliyorsunuz, bir sıkıntı yok. Kimsin sen?
Exactly. Rewind.
Okey, tamam. Okunuyorsa sıkıntı yok. Niye başa sardık ya? Anlamadım.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your
Adam
August
istedi,
update.
sardık.
August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch
Yalnız
via the
seçimde başa mı
department's
soruyor?
confidential tip hotline. It's
Düşünsenize
horrible.
abi, 10 saat yayın
Indeed
yapıyormuşuz.
it is.
Neye göre yanlış yani neye göre yanlış cevap veriyorum? Kimsin sen yazıyordu, onu seçtim. Kimsin sen yani?
You need to learn
Alt
when to
F4
keep your
çekerim.
mouth shut.
Siliyorum. Sam. Oğlum ne oluyor? Ha.
You know why you're here, don't you?
Biliyor muyuz? Biliyor muyuz? Niye burada olduğumuzu biliyor muyuz? Niye burada olduğumuzu biliyor muyuz? Anlamadım ben. Hayır. Hayır.
The dead girl.
Ölü kız.
And this.
Dikkat dağıtmadan oynamak lazım bunu.
What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this
Evet.
time?
Evet diyorum, evet diyorum. Evet diyorum.
It's a rhetorical question. You're going to a town called August.
August.
Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood?
Evet.
Splendid.
Hayır diyormuşum, başa dönüyormuşuz değil mi? Anlamadım, bir daha alsana.
If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated. Deprecated.
Bu NT1A mikrofonla şey yapmış. Ona soru soracağız.
We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught.
Okay.
And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's chicken.
Çete bakamıyorum ha.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpet's priceless. Now, how long are you staying for?
Kaldırayım. Şöyle. La anlamadım. Ne sordu? Ne sordu anlamadım. Hadi bakayım. Duymadım. Emin değilim mi diyeceğim.
That's fine. It's yours for as long as you want it. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet.
Cinayet? Ne? Cinayet mi işlendi burada?
Yes, the murder.
Aa.
You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you?
Amir?
Chief Dupont. He's the one who booked the room for you.
Amir, ha Amir.
You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. You don't believe?
Merak ettim ya. İnanıyorum.
That sounded serious. You must have a serious job to do. Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Merhaba.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading.
Baktıralım mı? Sonra mı baktıralım mı? Seç. Baktıralım mı? Ne yapalım hadi söyleyin. Daha yeni başladım ya. Baktırıyorum tamam.
So, what's your question, Sam? The Fool. I'm going to see a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? Enjoy the journey. But remember, not everything is winnable. I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Rain's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam?
Gizem yapalım.
Mysterious. But I
Gizem
know
bak
you're
ha
in room
Gizem.
4, Sam. Don't do anything I won't.
Allah Allah.
I'm so impressed again, Monroe. You're so observant.
I
Oğlum
tried.
dedektif olduğumuzu bilmiyorlar.
This lady can.
Odana git. Kesin boktan bir sonuç çıkartacağım ben ya. Korkunç değil ya bu arada karakterin kimliğine bak. Tamam. Vallahi chat siz bak sizden ben şey alacağım. Neydi onun adı? Gerilim değil galiba. Ben hiç bilmiyorum ya oyunu.
Hang something on? Like a coat or...
You could do that, but it's got a house, kind of it's a household item.
Ne oluyor ya? Abi neyi seçeceğim? Taksi niye çağırıyorum? Saçma değil mi? Ne yapacağım? Taksi niye çağırıyoruz abi anlamadım ki ya. Amirle bununla görüşürüz.
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector Dupont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs?
Bakalım. Ben Sam.
Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam. That's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers.
Oğlum 3 tane var. Niye tarot
Because they
fazla?
predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up.
Deli mi?
It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something. And that's why I didn't take it seriously.
Niye hapiste değil?
Because things, I don't have enough on.
sebepler ne?
That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it?
Deneriz yani arkadaşlar bence.
Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But
Ha, Kofti'den şey olacağız.
I'll help you. Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away, or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork. Your old town? The problem?
Oğlum
Come and find me when
panik
you're settled.
oldum.
This is second chance Sunday for you, Sam.
Oğlum biz kötü
Yok,
müyüz? Ne biliyoruz?
Not much. Perhaps you should do some
Ne
investigation.
biliyoruz onu bir öğrenelim önce. Dorota'dan bahsetsin
What do you want to
bize.
know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself.
Güzel kızmış.
Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m. according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m.
Ne soralım? Rara Alter böyle ya. Şimdi oyun şöyle, biz dedektifiz abi. Bir tane kız öldürülüyor. Bir pansiyonda öldürüyor. Bizi o pansiyona götürüyorlar. Pansiyonda 3 tane, yanlış anlamadıysam, tarot falcısı var. Tarot falcılarından bir tanesinin cinayet zanlısı olduğunu düşünüyor bu adam. Biz de bunu araştırmak için şey yapıyoruz. Violet'i soralım. Violet hakkında bana ne anlatabilirsin?
All here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What she told you?
Hiçbir şey.
She told you she's taking pills, didn't she? Let me handle Violet. She didn't kill anyone.
Ne biliyoruz?
Not much. Perhaps you should do some
Ha,
investigation.
ben şey için sormuştum onu, pardon.
In her bedroom,
Yatak odasında.
she was naked,
Çıplak.
strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It
Cinsel
was
aktivite olduğuna dair bir iz
weird
yok.
scene to look
Çok
at.
garip bir manzaraydı.
There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now,
Kim
Sam. Not a
vardı?
word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know.
Katil biz değiliz lan,
Do,
saçmalamayın.
do I have an alibi for last night? Do I? Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius.
Okey, tamam, ayrılıyoruz. Hadi arkadaşlar, pansiyonumuza dönüyoruz. Pansiyona gidip bir şeye bakalım artık. Çıplakmış, erkek arkadaşı yapmış olabilir ama... Ha, bir kadın... Durun arkadaşlar, kameranın yeri burada da olmadı. Şöyle daha uygun galiba. Vallahi adam sikke bikke diyor yani. Şimdi bakın, şu şey... Resepsiyonist, şunlar şeyler, tarotçular. Hangi tarotçuya gidelim? Bence Brownie'yi bir ziyaret edelim.
Is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading.
Evet tatlım, nereden bildin? Cinayet hakkında bahsedeceğiz, tahmin ettim. Dün gece 9'lardaydı. Cinayet konusunda bazı sorularım var.
Chief Dupont
Kaçmasın.
thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise.
Niye ikna edeyim?
All I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death.
Cinayet
We saw
tahmin
danger in the
dışında.
cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team.
Sen cinayet nasıl
We
tahmin
saw it
ettiğini
in the
söyle.
cards, not images, feelings,
konuş bakayım.
impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know.
9'da neredeydin
In my
ablacığım?
room, reading. I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank
Vampire.
God Lexi saved me.
Seni kurtardı mı?
She came to my room to chat for a little while.
Kim
That
o?
was around 9, I think. You can ask her. I said the book was trashy.
Ellerine bakın
Look
bir.
at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy.
Chat'e bakmıyorum spoiler yemeyeyim diye. Bu abla beni işkillendirdi bu arada ya. Okey ablacığım. Şimdi Brownie'yi ziyaret ettik. Şimdi bence Violet'e gidelim.
I assume you've been to see Chief DuPont already.
Ayaklarına bak.
I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person.
Bu öldürdü ya. Bu öldürdü oğlum, bu yaptı bu.
I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me.
Dün gece ne yapıyordu? Bu yaptı.
Strange
Kesinlikle
thing.
bu yaptı. Kollarını falan şey
Honestly
yapıyor.
don't
Bak hatırlamıyor
remember.
ne yaptığında.
But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. I've driven by it, never actually been in it.
Gergin. Dorothy'yi tanır
Not
mıydı?
really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though.
Ellere bak, ellere. Bu rahat görün. Değerli bir kuzu mu?
Yes, a
Ne?
lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they?
Onu bu katiller
Nice,
bildiğiniz.
yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest.
Dorota kaşar mıydı ne ya? Dorota
Sorry.
kaşar mıydı?
I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend.
Bu bak var, bu bir şey yapmış ha.
Oscar
Bu bir
lives at
içerlemiş.
the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already.
Bu Oscar'a aşık.
There,
Esas kaşar bu.
tarot readers. and
Evet
people
öyle yapacağız.
asking
Yürüyüş
to leave,
hareketlerine
actually.
bakacağız.
Because they may have killed someone. It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos.
Katiller mi?
It's not the first time I've harbored killers, Sam. I'm sure it won't be the last.
Bu gergin ha. İlaç da kullanıyor. Evet bu gergin. Bunu bak Violet hakkınızda tutun. Şu Brownie'yi çok fazla şey yapamadım. Bence şu bir de
You
şuna
must be a new
tanışalım.
guest. Or you're
Evet.
burgling us. I'm Rain, by the way.
Çek lan elini. Çek. Ben de sen.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes off at 9, by the way. So it's cold showers from there
Sorduk
on in.
mu?
It really bugs me.
Cinayet nasıl
We
tahmin
did a
lan?
reading. A group reading, actually.
Grup falı mı?
With a special tarot deck. The three
Oğlum
of
hepsi
us
çok
get together
gergin.
and read the same cards. Bronwyn
Evet.
says it makes the whole thing stronger or more powerful or something. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own. Mercury, it's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of
Tek atmamız
change.
lazım,
It's
tamam
a
mı?
special deck.
Mercury tarotunu bir... Baksana abi el harekette. Hepsi bir gergin amına koyayım ya.
I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
Dün gece anlatmadın. Dün
I
gece
was
anlatmadın.
in my room.
Herkes odasında.
Praying,
Nereden
actually.
bilelim abi?
I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work. My prayer that the girl would be safe.
Niye güvende olması gerekiyor? Doğrusu hakkında ne biliyorsun? Anlat bakayım sen bana
I
ya.
didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician.
Sak. Biz niye kalpli oluyoruz? Sıradaki kurban kim?
No, not at all. You're completely barking up the wrong tree there.
Doğru diyorsunuz. Yani insan gergin olur sonuçta.
Spoken like the true killer, posing as a detective, trying to frame someone else for the murder.
Aa! Heriften gerizekalı beni suçluyor. Şimdi kimlerle konuştuğumuzu unutmayın. Biarrit'le konuştuk. Buraya'yla konuştuk. Rain'le konuştuk. Şimdi Lexi'ye gidiyoruz. Haydi.
Hi. Sam, is it? Come on in. Make yourself at home.
Mi casa da es casa suta...
The cards told us to. Well, the cards of rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is.
Mal mısınız?
No.
Ha.
Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job.
Herkes
Okay.
bir yerleriyle oynuyor abi.
We
Fark
make
ettiniz
a,
mi ya? Selamlar, hoş geldiniz.
Cheese obelisk. A chop. And depending on the shape of that chop,
Bu
we get
gerizekalı
different answers to
bence.
questions. No, you don't.
Oha! Oğlum. Dur.
I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Saçıyla oynuyor.
Good old-fashioned fortune telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is?
Hangisi? Lan şu biri Steam açtı, görmüyorum. Şeytan.
Nah, the devil's cool. The tarot one, I mean, not the actual one. I'm not a devil worshipper.
Nasıl ya?
The Five of
Oğlum
Swords.
çok
I think
oynuyor.
so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost.
Alcatraz. Teşekkür ederim. Bakacağım.
Yeah, I
Yanına
did.
geçemiyorum.
Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad.
Görüşürüz canım. Brownie, dün gece ne yapıyordun sen?
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were
Al.
painting our nails.
Valla ben size bir şey söyleyeyim mi? Çok farklı bir şey çıkacak gibi geliyor. Tırnaklarını uzat bakayım sen bana.
No, I mean, yeah, I've already cleaned it off.
Ne?
She's like my big sister, so pretty well. No.
Oğlum hepsi manyak gibi ya. Şimdi Violet'le konuştuk, Granny'le konuştuk, radyoyu niye ağırlıyoruz, ben onu anlamadım ya. Benim bir taksiyi bir çağırayım da benim.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile,
Evet.
out of respect for the victim and her family,
Bir
this
değişik
weekend's
şeyler
Tulip
oldu.
Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed.
Renkler
I
çok iyi değil
understand
mi ama
why
ya?
they want to postpone it.
Cevizciğim hoş geldin canım
Tonight the
benim.
weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Araştırmaya devam mı? Sıradaki kısım mı? Ne diyeceğiz? Ne diyorsunuz? Bu arada Leyla abone olmuştu. Adige 54 5. ayını kutlamıştı. Tayyip de Last Night'ın 5. ayını hediye etmiş. Eyvallah, teşekkür ederim. Ne diyoruz? Araştırmaya devam ediyoruz o zaman. Okey. Bununla mı görüşeyim? Niye devam etmiyoruz ya? Hadi. Bununla bir bok bilmiyoruz bence artık.
Pains me to think that I was even on the list, but I'm ruled out because we have video footage of me in the station at the time of the murder. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers have mentioned a job. We don't know what. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
Pansiyona mı gidiyoruz? Sıradaki kısım ne ya? Burayla bir daha görüşelim. Tamam. Görüşelim. Şunu bir ziyaret edelim.
Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it.
Hadi.
It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them.
Oğlum hangisi katil ya?
Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
Sorsun mu lan? Sor lan. Sor.
It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now.
Kim bilmek istiyor oğlum? Evet.
Mercury doesn't agree. In fact, if anything, and I could be wrong, it's suggesting that you're not even the person you're saying you are now. I've only had that reading once before.
Ne yapacağız? Kurum abone olmuş. Ben gidiyorum abla. Bu abla sıkıntılı, bak ben söyleyeyim. Başka biriyle görüşecek miyiz? Ne diyorsunuz? Radyo ayarla ne ya? Oyun çok karışık.
Is it possible you're having deja vu?
Evet.
Asked Dr. Remington. No, Dimitri replied. I'm sure. I remembered what those writings meant, he said.
Sıradaki
as he
kısma
frantically
gidiyorum
pointed
abi.
at the notes Dr. Utani was holding.
Ay bilmiyorum, bizim aldığımız
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August.
Genişletelim,
Police
aynen.
investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community
Aynen,
to help
şüphelendiler
catch her
bizden.
killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw,
Biraz
an
sıkıntılı.
accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
Taksi çağırdık
At the
ya
Tulip
biraz
Festival.
önce.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Monroe şeye yürüyor galiba, spikere. Kim gidiyor? Görüşürüz canım, kendine iyi bak. Sıradaki kısım diyeceğim değil mi ya? Yanlış demiyorum.
Shake the feeling that he had seen his imminent and unavoidable...
Oscar'a gidelim sevgilisine. Ne diyelim? Ne diyelim? Ne diyelim?
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
Önce bir
Not
konuşalım.
long, couple of months maybe. We did care for each other.
Birbirini önemsemek çok güzel bir şey. Kaşar olduğunu
Why?
söylüyorlar. Var mı? Dedim lan.
Violet Gallagher. What's it got to do with her?
Dedim bu arada.
Mind you, it's not exactly damning coming from someone as frigid as her.
Ama yani
She's all prim and proper with it. Sorry, it's just, why do people say things like that? You're not supposed to speak ill of the dead.
söylemedim ki.
What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Sen nereden biliyorsun
Not
bakayım?
hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these, you know, voyeur fantasies. She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet, and then she'd walk in and strip off, start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. I'm sorry, is this helping with the investigation?
Tövbe tövbe ya. Yine hep beraber. Dün Dorothy'yi gördün mü?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon.
Hep beraber.
Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. Playing football. It was just 5 minutes. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
Dolapta ne vardı?
Clothes mainly.
Ya öt bakayım
I did
sen
see
bana.
something that freaked me out a bit.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
She had
Ölümsüzlüğü
a
bulacağım.
wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
Tamam, bundan alacaklarımızı aldık. Bu çok bir de bu değil
They
bence
tell you
ya.
to do something and then you can't
Pansiyona gidelim
resist.
bakayım ben.
Except I think I shot her because I wanted to.
Kahveci
It's a
selamlar.
long story.
Mavişir eyvallah hoş
Bang,
geldin
bang,
kahveci.
bang. The office door shook with the knocking from outside. What a time for company. Had I been set up,
Sam, what can I do for you? We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the
Lexi.
name. It's Lexi's thing.
Lex
I
abi,
don't
Lex'te
personally
şey
go near
var.
them, but
Hep
in this
beraber
case,
teşekkür
it
ederim
helped.
arkadaşlar. Hasta değilim, alerji.
No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. We're trying to save people.
Bu rahat görünmeye
I said
çalışıyor.
we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them.
Allah Allah. Daha önce neredeydiniz?
Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Ya şu ruh çarpma tahtası.
Once
Jinayet
we thought there was going to be a murder,
falan.
Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name.
Nasıl
It spelled
anladınız
out the
abi?
rota.
Oğlum nasıl anlamışlar
Just-
ki?
This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here.
Oğlum bir şey söyleyeceğim ha.
Yes.
Garip bir oyunmuş.
Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Believe me now? I know that voice.
Şu
I turn and see
Lexi'ye bir
Vanessa
gidelim.
upright.
Hi Sam, back from more already?
Yetmedi aslan parçası. Dorota'nın sevgilisini tanıyor muydun? Buranın geçer gece odasındaydım diyor. Senin ne? Odasındaydım diyor. Senin ne? Onu söylesene. Lap diye girelim buradan.
Yeah, that's right. All these rooms look the same.
Bu kız salak bak, bir şey söyleyeceğim. Ya da...
I was in Bronze Room. Ask her. Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device.
Evet. Dinleyelim bence, merak ettim.
So Ouija boards send us messages
Salağa
from the spirit
yatıyor
world,
gibi.
right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars and space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that.
Devam etsin mi? Biraz daha dinleyelim mi?
With so fast travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me?
Ha, anladım.
I understand. You've got people to see, places to go.
Lan bu lan!
No, I think Bronwyn met him though.
Oğlum bu o kız... Ne işte, anlatmak istedim.
You'd have to ask her. Or him. It's not my place to say. Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game,
Rol
isn't it?
yapma oyunu. Allah Allah, GTA'da baskı mı kurulmuş diyorsun? Ha.
Oh, did he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess she must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel? Cheeky? Are you flirting with me?
Evet lan.
Oh dear, am I blushing again? There's a murder to solve. Maybe you should do that first, then me. No, not like that.
Ne?
Sounds awful.
Quite creepy.
Duydunuz mu?
Curiosity shop is now.
Arkadaşlar, Allah aşkına bir peçete alıp geleyim. Hapşırınca burnum bir kötü oldu. Geliyorum hemen. Ay. Geldim. Vallahi abi kız önce şey içe sonra beni varsın falan dedi, tövbe yarabbim ya. Devam et.